hope you're doing well. So in this live, I'm going to talk about the mistakes that can make software engineer. And if you start your career as software engineer or you're computer science engineer, please avoid this mistake. So first, I'm going to let's say that start to learn anything on computer science without any objective. Okay, for example, let's take language programming or frameworks or any database, and you start to learn but without any objective. For example, I want to learn Python. Just Python is easy to learn. I want to learn JavaScript, but JavaScript like it cool language that you can understand well. Okay, so please first, when you want to learn or practice or know something on any topics on computer science, you for example should have an objective that allow you to keep learning. For example, let's back with JavaScript. I want to learn JavaScript. I want to be JavaScript developer. Why? So you want to learn JavaScript for the front end to build front end web pages using frameworks like React or Vue.js or Angular or maybe Next.js even, or maybe you want to go to the back end side and focus on the back end services, like for example the services you can handle the authentication, the authorization of the website, so the back end side, or maybe you want the both, work on the front end and on the back end. So try to select objective that allow you to keep learn these tools or any concept. Okay, also let's back with the Python. So for the Python, you want to learn Python. Why? Don't tell me that is easy language. Python can like have multiple choice to use it. Okay, so you can use on the back end side, so on the back end services using frameworks like Django or Flask. Also you can use on AI automation, you can use on the cyber security. So to write some script that make something cool, and also I think that is easy language, but easy language don't keep you to understand or keep you to learn more. So try to pick one objective, one goals. Okay. The second is, I saw that lot developer that jump between programming, and this is really mistakes. Why? Because, for example, today you start learning Java, tomorrow you start learning Golang, learning, for example, Python, and you don't master any of this language program, don't have deep knowledge or any language programming. And if I want to ask you to make a small project, even to-do list application with, for example, Python, because you don't have enough language that allow you to understand how I can build this project using Python or Golang. And if I want to ask you a question about, for example, how we build an array, how, for example, something on the object-oriented programming on this language, if I want to ask you, maybe you can't or you don't have the answer for this question. So try to pick just one language programming, focus to learn the fundamentals of programming using this language programming. After you saw yourself you are comfortable, build a project. Okay, build a project, even small project with this language programming. And if you want to go learning other language programming, you should to have purpose, you should to have an objective to use the other language programming. For example, I use JavaScript for the front end. I want to go with Python to build the backend application. Okay, so this that we talk about to switch between language programming. So for your first time, don't learn a lot of language programming at once without any purpose. Okay, also what I think another mistake is what uh, if someone have so if someone has any question, can ask me on the comments and I will answer. I'm open to answer any question. So also another mistake is watch tutorial without practice, without build even little uh, small things. For example, you watch a whole playlist contain 20 videos about Python or Java, but you don't have any project. You don't even practice by your hand. You write code by your hand. Okay, so this is mistake. So you just watch tutorial as something like films, or so you just watch without practice. So go if you start learning from playlist or any from YouTube or any platform, even you paid for this course, try to go with the video one by one, and each video try to practice by your hand. Try to write the code line by line. Okay, so this I think is mistake that you just watch after you turn off your laptop and go. Another mistake is, for example, like when you start develop your project from the tutorial, and if I want to ask you to add feature on your project, okay, you don't have enough language to make it. Okay, so when you for example complete a project from any videos, so I'm open on any question. I'm open on any question. So, as I said, that when you complete any project, have enough language to develop other. The video don't don't build it. So here, try to add your own features. For example, let's assume that you build a project from title exact the same from the video about for example, let's an e-commerce system. And this e-commerce system contain, for example, product list. You can place order, okay, and if contain also the payment. So try by yourself without go to the video. Try to implement your own feature. For example, add review, add review for the product. When the customer try to place an order, and after submit the order and change the status, like pending to done, allow the customer make own review. Okay, so you should to think that how you can implement this feature by yourself. So if you are a backend developer, you will understand about how we can design this feature, what the entities that we can add for the design of the database, how we can design this feature to add on the database. Also, uh, you can know how you can implement this feature on the code, how you can test this feature after it works on your local machine. Okay, so this is one of the mistakes that make developer. Okay, and just watched complete the same project, and if I want try to add new feature, try to add something that uh, no mention on the tutorial. Okay, also I think is to another mistake is in the AI time. So a lot of developer use AI tools as a code generator, and this is mistake. For example, you tell AI that build me e-commerce system using, for example, Java, Spring Boot, and Postgres. But this is mistakes. Try to use an AI as a teacher for you or a mentor for you. It's not bad to ask AI what is the best architecture of this project, how I can organize my backend files, what is the best practice, how I can implement this feature. So give me a small hint. Okay, so when you use the AI as teacher for you or as mentor for you, okay, so that's really awesome to go fast. Okay, and understand something that you just need, and also with the AI that can explain any concept with a simple way, so you save the time. But the problem is when you use AI, like allow you to stop thinking. Okay, allow you to stop thinking about how you can build the feature, how you can at least write line of code. So as I said, that the AI allow you to stop thinking, uh, like don't train your logical thinking. So another mistakes is a lot of developer try to learn something new, have good level, and make good project. But the problem is this project uh, maybe is private, so don't show with the public. So if I want to ask him, I want to see your code, maybe can answer with my code on the on the specific folder on my laptop. So here the benefits of to create an account on GitHub. Okay, to create an account on GitHub and start share your code with, for example, on any community with other friends with same interest. For example, if you are a back-end developer, try to share your project to get feedback from another back-end developer. Also, when you want to apply on some jobs, so the recruiters or the HR or maybe the team lead, if want to see your code, you can just give him the link or share with him the link of your repository and see all your works. Uh, so this is, I think, these mistakes that lot of developer just start work locally without going to public. Also, what the next mistake is ignoring the fundamentals of computer science. So maybe write code, maybe it's easy, but I recommend to learn the fundamentals of computer science, like know the basic concept of the operating system, of the networking, okay, because you will need it later. Maybe you don't need, maybe something you don't need when you start work on the own project, but the problem is when you grow on your career, you will need it at some time. Okay, so as I said, the operating system, the networking, uh, the object-oriented programming, the algorithms, the data structures, also what the software engineer life cycle. So how we, the life cycle of software engineer. Uh, so this is most core computer science. Also, I forget the database, the most important modules if you start your career as back-end developer. So, and here I don't like just focus on learn the database tools like, for example, MySQL or PostgreSQL or MongoDB, but try to understand how the engine works, how the database works uh, behind the scenes. So I think that book called Database Internal. So this books allow you to understand deep how the database works. So try also to know the topics like how I choose my system database for my business. Okay, so don't like just for any business go with one database, but different business that have different data model and different situation, and each situation can handle by like specific database. Okay, so also I think on the frameworks you can uh, use the ORM, but that don't mean you don't need to learn SQL. No, learn SQL first. Try to know how you can work with SQL. After, when you use any framework, you can go with the ORM. Uh, so I think the database is one of the most important modules for the backend. Okay, so another topics or another mistake is what I think is ignoring the testing. So a lot of developers build a project, make public, and build features, but the problem is there is some developers don't know about the testing topics. So here there is different type of testing. So you should to test your code before go to the production. So there is type, as I said, of testing. There is features testing, unit testing, end-to-end testing. So if you don't know, try to learn about it and implement on your code. So another mistakes is, I think that is the most common mistakes between developers. So if someone uh, has any question, I will answer on the live. So I'm open on any question. So if someone uh, has any question, I'm open to answer. So I think I'm going to stop right now. There is no question. So thank you for watching this live. I hope this advice can be helpful for you, and see you in the next live with another topics. So thank you for watching.